All right, good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's broadcast of History Maker. Excuse me, I'm hung up on History Maker Baseball. It is the Epic Basketball League brought to you by Action PC Basketball as we feature action from the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League season. Tonight's game will be the Boston Celtics heading out to the West Coast to face the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors have landed in Oakland for the first time. We saw them in 1970-71 playing in San Francisco as the San Francisco Warriors. But from 1971 until 2019, the Warriors called Oakland home and became known as the Golden State Warriors. They have since moved back to San Francisco, but retained the Golden State moniker. And beginning in this 1971-72 season, they played their games in what was then known as the Oakland Alameda County Arena, which later became known as the Oracle Arena and is now the Oakland Arena, as the Warriors have moved out, but the arena lives on. Interestingly, the Oracle Arena was also the favorite venue of a little-known band called the Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead played a total of 66 shows in Oracle Arena, which was more than any other venue. So you can bet that Bill Walton and a lot of other people of that ilk were spent some time in Oracle Arena for reasons other than basketball. The Warriors had a very solid squad in 71-72, led by three 20-point scorers. Nate Thurmond was the superstar of the team, and he had a monster year with 21.4 points per game and 16.1 rebounds. And he was second team all-defense in the NBA for that season. The Warriors would win 51 games in 71-72, but lose in the opening round of the playoffs to the Milwaukee Bucks. Boston, on the other hand, has an outstanding team in the 71-72 season. They are led by their superstar, John Havlicek, an Ohio State Buckeye and the favorite basketball player of my dearly departed mother. She loved John Havlicek. He had a 27.5 points per game average in 71-72, good enough for second in the league. He led the league with 8 triple-doubles that season and was first team All-NBA and first team All-Defense. The Celtics would win 56 games but lose to the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Starting off the Epic Basketball League season, Golden State picked up a nice opening night win over Seattle behind 33 points from Cazzie Russell and a big night from Nate Thurmond, 28 points and 16 rebounds. Boston, on the other hand, has started the season 0-2, and in the second game of the season suffered a heartbreaking loss against the Houston Rockets, 128-127, on 2 free throws in the game's final second by Rockets backup small forward Cliff Mealy. That brings us to tonight here at the Oracle Arena for action between the Celtics and the Warriors. And let's welcome to the chat room San Diego Jaws, ready for some epic basketball. Welcome to the game, my friend, and hello, Al Red Sox fan. Welcome to the ball game, and happy 4th of July to everybody. All right, so let's get things started with action here from Boston. We'll set up both teams to play the human offense and computer defense. And let's get this game started. And for starters, we will introduce your starting lineups for the visiting Celtics. The point guard is JoJo White, and he is a good one. 23.1 points per game in the regular season. Good enough for 13th in the NBA. John Havlicek and all of his accolades we have talked about. The small forward starting tonight is Don Chaney, fourth-year man out of Houston, and a stellar defender. He was also second-team all-defense in the NBA in 71-72. Don Nelson is a very efficient power forward for the Celtics, and he would go on to a very successful NBA coaching career. And of course, down low, the big man, Big Red, Dave Cowens, in his second year out of Florida State. And it was a fine year for Cowens in 71-72 as he averaged 18.8 points and 15 rebounds per game. The starting lineup for your homestanding Golden State Warriors. The point guard out of Oregon, the sixth-year man, is Jim Barnett. He would go on to a very successful career as a popular color commentator for the Warriors. The three 20-point scorers, Jeff Mullins is the team's leading scorer, 21.5 points per game along with 6 assists. At the small forward, at the shooting guard position. At the small forward is Cazzie Russell, who is 21.4 points per game. And as we mentioned, he had the big outburst for 33 points in their opening night win over Seattle. Clyde Lee is the power forward, and he pulls down 14.5 rebounds per game. Alongside the big man, Nate Thurmond, as we mentioned, 21.16 rebounds per game to lead Golden State. And we welcome to the chat room Tribe Fan 879 and Sports Time Machine. As the seats are filling up here in Golden State, there's no need for social distancing in the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. So everybody relax and enjoy the ball game. As we start things off with the opening tip-off, and it is controlled by Golden State. Clyde Lee has the ball down low. He gets it over to Cazzie Russell working inside against a very stellar defender in Don Chaney. He's going to kick it back out up on top to Jim Barnett, the point guard. Barnett fakes, he's knocked down, and there's a whistle and a foul on Dave Cowens. And Barnett will shoot one free throw. 84% free throw shooter on the season. And he knocks that one down for the opening point of the ball game. Here come the Celtics, working from right to left on your computer screen, as JoJo White sets the offense. They're banging it out down low as Dave Cowens shuffles for position against Nate Thurmond. But Thurmond is a stellar defender down there. So Boston's going to go out to Havlicek on the wing. Havlicek drives, tries to get it into Cowens, threw it behind him, and that's a turnover. Ball goes back to Golden State. Golden State basketball, Jim Barnett out on the top of the key. He's got Jeff Mullins out on the wing. He's going to swing it over to Mullins, working against Havlicek, and it's stolen by Don Nelson. Don Nelson got over and picked his pocket, and the Celtics have a 2-on-2 fast break opportunity with Havlicek. Havlicek on the dribble, takes it into the lane and scores with the left hand.
Havlicek.
First basket of the ball game as Havlicek gets on the board and Boston takes the 2-1 lead. Working Golden State's offense now. As they're running a motion offense, they've got Russell out on the switch on the wing. He's open, but he's got Havlicek nearby. Russell on the baseline, shoots the fall-away jumper, and it is no good off the back of the rim. Rebound taken by Cowens, and once again the Celtics have the opportunity to run. This time it's JoJo White controlling the break. White goes coast to coast. He lays it up and good, and it's a 4-1 ball game.
From Havlicek.
Here comes Golden State, still looking for their first field goal, almost 1 minute into tonight's game. They're facing a stellar Boston Celtics defense. JoJo White, John Havlicek, and Don Chaney are all very, very fine perimeter defenders. But they're going to go to their big man, Mullins, who is open here on the rim. Havlicek fell down. Mullins stepped around and scored the layup. And
Jeff
Golden
Mullins
State has their first free throw of their first field goal of the night. Boy, the chat room is filling up with all kinds of cool people. Welcome to Lobster Johnson and Dave Gardner, along with the rest of the fans here at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum for this Silver Division matchup between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. We're just over a minute into this game, with the Celtics up 4-3 and controlling the basketball. And they are going to look out to Havlicek on the wing. Havlicek shoots the long jumper from outside, and he drills it. But it's being waved off. Foul before the shot is going to go against Jeff Mullins. And instead of the field goal, it will be Havlicek stepping to the line for one free throw. Havlicek's shot is up and good. And Boston now leads by 2. Warriors back on offense. They've got Nate Thurmond down low on a switch against JoJo White. They try to get it to him. Russell gets the ball down to Thurmond. The turnaround jump shot over White is blocked away by Cowens. Great recovery on the defense. Cazzie Russell grabs the offensive rebound and passes it back out. Golden State will have another opportunity with 11 on the shot clock. It's Mullins. Mullins is going to take it into the lane. He drives. He tries to get a bounce pass to Barnett, but he took an extra step and traveled. And that is the first turnover of the game, the second turnover of the game for Golden State. Boston basketball leading by 2. Celtics looking for their first victory of the young Epic Basketball League season. And once again, the go-to guy is Havlicek. This jump shot is no good. And Clyde Lee takes the rebound for Golden State. Jim Barnett's going to call his own number. He puts it up from the outside, no good. Around the rim, and Cowens takes the rebound. And once again, the Celtics have numbers. They've seen some success here in the open floor in the early moments. This time it is White passing it to Havlicek. Havlicek lays it up and good.
Havlicek from White.
Boston has that fast break working. And we're just 2 minutes into the game, and the Celtics are ahead 7-3. Golden State looks to Mullins. Mullins on the drive against Havlicek. Trying to get into the paint and beat that stellar defense. But once again, here's a steal, and this time it is Don Chaney with the interception, and the ball goes back over to the Celtics. Boston taking control early in this contest, and now it's JoJo White who wants it. He's got a step, but Mullins picked his pocket. Good defense both ways, and now it is Golden State with the opportunity to run. They've got 3-on-1 numbers. It is Jeff Mullins who takes it into the lane, puts it up and good. Mullins with 4 of the first 5 points for Golden State. Once again, it is a 2-point ball game. Celtics set up the offense. Cowens with it down low, working against Cazzie Russell. Russell forces him away from the basket. Cowens is going to flip it back out on top to JoJo White, and we've got a whistle. And Nate Thurmond is shaken up, and he will leave the ball game, but he'll be back later. And into the game, replacing Thurmond, comes the backup center, Bill Turner, from my alma mater of the University of Akron. I was a little too young to remember Bill Turner from Akron back in the day, but he's in the ball game now, and he's going to have his hands full with Dave Cowens down low. Right now, Turner's able to deny Cowens, and it's going to be Havlicek taking charge out on the wing. And Havlicek walked with it. 3 turnovers for each team in the early going here, and Golden State has the basketball with a chance to tie. As we welcome Clinton Parks to the chat room. Hello, Clinton. Golden State setting up the offense. They are going to run it through Barnett. Barnett looks around, gets the ball back. He's going to take it into the lane against JoJo White. He's cut off by Don Nelson. His pull-up jump shot is no good. It spins out, but the rebound is taken by Bill Turner. Here's Turner on the putback attempt inside. His short rainbow shot is good. And the former University of Akron Zip has his first basket of the night. And we are tied at 7, 3 minutes into the first quarter. Boston set things up on the perimeter. They've got it to Havlicek. He's got a mismatch on the screen, working against Clyde Lee. He shoots the jump shot from outside, but he cannot get it to go. And on the rebound, we've got a loose ball foul, and that's going to go against Don Chaney. So it will be Cazzie Russell shooting one, looking for his first point of the ballgame after his 33-point performance on opening night. Shot by Russell is good. And Golden State now back on top by the score of 8-7. Here comes JoJo White and the Celtics. They're going to look inside this time to Don Nelson. Nelson, effective inside, very efficient player. He's going to kick this one back out to Havlicek, and Havlicek had it stolen away by Jeff Mullins. Golden State has the numbers, and they will run. Jim Barnett leads the break, gets it to Clyde Lee. Lee over to Mullins. Mullins' shot is off the front rim, no good. And JoJo White comes away with the rebound for Boston. Boston's got a 2-on-2 opportunity, but it's Chaney and Nelson, and they're going to slow things down and wait for the rest of the team to set the offense. Havlicek has it now on the wing. Havlicek passes it to White. The jump shot from White at the top of the key is good.
White from Havlicek.
And that is 4 points for JoJo White. Boston back on top, 9-8. Back and forth we go here in the early going. As Golden State sets up the offense. Cazzie Russell has it inside, working against Don Chaney. Russell's going to back him down. Shoots from in close, nothing but net. 3 points in a row for Cazzie Russell as he is starting to heat it up. For the Warriors, Boston basketball coming back. JoJo White has it out on top. Calling a play. They dump it down inside finally to Cowens. Cowens has not scored yet tonight. And he won't score here as his jump shot is off the rim, and it's rebounded by Clyde Lee. Lee doing his work on the glass with Nate Thurmond out injured. Golden State sets the offense, leading by 1. It's Russell inside, working against Don Chaney once again. The pump fake, the short shot is no good, tipped away by Cowens. The rebound is loose, and Don Nelson comes away with it for Boston. JoJo White's going to lead the break. It's a 3-on-3. They get it to Nelson. Nelson feeds Chaney down low, and Chaney pulls it up and puts it in. Very nice 3-man break by the Celtics, and they regain the lead 11-10. Golden State looking to set things up. They've got it to Mullins. Mullins on the outside. Working against Havlicek. Free throw line extended. Tries to send a bounce pass over to Barnett, and he double dribbled. Another turnover for Golden State, and the ball goes back over to Boston. Here are the Celtics. Still running the offense through JoJo White. He finds Havlicek on the wing. Havlicek from the outside shoots the jump shot around and out. Cowens with the rebound, but he is called for the foul over the top, and that is his second. So Cowens will go to the bench with 2 fouls. He'll be replaced by Steve Kaburski. And so both the featured big men for the Celtics and Warriors are on the bench here in the first period. And Clyde Lee will shoot 1 free throw with a chance to tie the game here for Golden State. Lee, not a good free throw shooter, only 54%, and he missed that one badly. Don Nelson takes the rebound, and the Celtics regain possession. Celtics once again looking to Havlicek. He is the man. He gets the pass from White. Back to Havlicek. Havlicek outside, covered by Mullins. His jump shot, he forced that one, but it's good.
From Chaney.
I wasn't sure he would be able to get that up over Jeff Mullins, but he got it up and got it in. And Boston now leads by 3, 13-10. Golden State coming back. They've got Mullins on the outside, working Don Nelson on the switch. Mullins takes it to the hoop. Short jump shot from the lane is good.
Jeff Mullins scores.
He gets
from
the
Barnett.
basket and the foul, and he will go to the free throw line with a chance to tie the score. 6 points for Mullins leads the Warriors. And with this free throw, he can tie it, and he connects. 13 all. Under 7 minutes to play, first quarter. Very close basketball game between two fine teams, as we anticipated. Once again, Boston sends it to Havlicek. Still working against Jim Barnett this time. Havlicek on the perimeter. Puts up the jump shot, no good. And Jim Barnett takes the rebound. Golden State comes back. It should be noted that in this 1971-72 season, John Havlicek led the league in missed field goals. So he is indeed a high-volume shooter, but a fine, fine ball player. Jim Barnett now looks to set up the offense. He's got Mullins and Russell with him in the backcourt. Mullins is going to call his own number. Tries to get by JoJo White. Dishes it out to Cazzie Russell, and Russell buries the jump shot.
Cazzie Russell from Barnett.
Golden State now with a 2-point lead. And believe it or not, that is their biggest lead of the ball game. Yes, indeed, that is Cazzie Russell of New York Knicks fame. In fact, he was traded to Golden State from the New York Knicks in time for this season. All right, here we go with JoJo White setting up the offense. He is going to look inside to Kuberski, who's the open man, working down low against Bill Turner. Kuberski shoots the low post jump shot, no good. And the rebound once again goes to Clyde Lee. Lee leads all rebounders with 3 now, and it is time for Golden State to run with Jim Barnett. It's a 4-on-3. They've got the numbers. Turner sends it ahead to Mullins. Mullins to Lee, but Lee kicks it out of bounds for the turnover. And now Nate Thurmond is back in the ball game for Golden State. Quick drink of Diet Root Beer, and we're ready for action. JoJo White sets up the offense for Boston. Looking around and directing traffic. Working against Jim Barnett. White's going to try to get into the lane. He drives, but Barnett stripped him. Fine defense by Jim Barnett. Golden State regains possession. And they are going to look inside to Nate Thurmond, working down low against Don Nelson. Thurmond from the low post. And it's Nelson who reaches in. That is 5 team fouls on the Celtics already. And Nate Thurmond will have 2 free throws. Thurmond, very unorthodox free throw style. He would bring the ball behind his head with both hands as he prepared to shoot, and then bring the ball just right back up to his forehead and release the ball from right in front of his forehead. Unorthodox but effective. 74% on the free throw from the free throw line on the year. He hits the first, misses the second. Havlicek takes the rebound, and Boston regains possession. Boston looks to Havlicek. Defended by Mullins, and Mullins ripped him. Golden State regains possession. They're going to look outside this time to Cazzie Russell of New York Knicks fame. Russell from the outside puts up the fadeaway and nails it.
Cazzie Russell.
Nothing but the bottom of the net, and Golden State has the game's biggest lead, 18-13, 5:20 to play. This time JoJo White's going to call his own number working against Barnett. His jump shot from the wing is up and good, and that breaks the slump for Boston and brings them back to within 3. Coming back, Mullins comes off the screen. He's open against Kuberski on the wing. But Kuberski reached in and tied him up, and that'll be a jump ball. Nice recovery by Kuberski. He was out of his element there trying to guard the perimeter. But he did the only thing he could do and reached in to tie it up, and Kuberski easily controls the jump ball, and the Celtics regain possession. JoJo White now working against Jim Barnett. White's going to venture into the lane. Off the pick from Kuberski. He dumps it down to Kaburski. Kaburski runs into Nate Thurmond, and it is Kaburski who is called for the offensive foul. That's 2 on Kaburski, and that will bring into the game the man, the myth, the legend, Hank Finkel. Hank Finkel, 6th-year man out of the University of Dayton. And as we mentioned last year, Hank Finkel was the center at Dayton just after the great Dayton teams that won the NIT and went to the NCAA championships. That NIT team was led by a number of good players, including a man by the name of Hal Shane, who is the brother of my mother-in-law. So look up Hal Shane, my mother-in-law's brother, former star of the University of Dayton Flyer basketball team. And he was succeeded in the center position by Hank Finkel, who is now in the NBA. So, little dose of home cooking here for the Ohio crowd. Here comes Golden State back on the offense. They've got Lee working now against Tom Sanders on the low block. Lee is not a great offensive threat, and he double dribbled on that play. And into the game now for Golden State at point guard is the backup, Ron Williams, 4th-year man out of West Virginia. Boston's still looking to stay in this ball game, as the action has gotten a little choppy here in the last couple of minutes. And Havlicek wants the ball. Havlicek on the perimeter. Gets it inside to Hank Finkel. Hank Finkel shoots and scores.
Finkel, from Havlicek.
Finkel from Havlicek. The Ohio connection makes good for Boston, and it is back to a 1-point ball game. Golden State's going to look to Cassie Russell. He's their hot hand. But Havlicek steals it. Havlicek deflected it and dove for it and came away with it. And that's why he is all defensive first team NBA in 1971-72. 4 minutes to play first quarter, as JoJo White is now working against the substitute Ron Williams. White gets the pass back from Chaney, working it around to Havlicek, back to White, and White will pull the trigger from the top of the key, and it's good, and he is fouled on the play by Williams. JoJo White gives Boston the lead and now has a chance for the 3-point play. Nice ball movement there by the Celtics. As White converts the free throw, he now leads the Celtics with 9 points, and Boston's back up on top by 2. Golden State coming back on the offense. Ron Williams out on top with Mullins. They work it down to Cassie Russell on the baseline. It's going to be Russell to pull the trigger from the baseline. His jump shot is up and no good off the iron. And Tom Sanders takes the rebound. White and Havlicek will run. White dishes to Havlicek. Havlicek's layup is up and no good. But White sneaks away with the offensive rebound, and the Celtics will reset. Once again, they're going to look to Havlicek. He is the main man out there. He gets into the lane. Thurmond cuts him off, and the shot by Havlicek is no good. But Thurmond is called for the foul on the play, and John Havlicek will go to the free throw line. Havlicek with 7 points on the night so far. And with the free throw, he now has 8. Into the game now for the Warriors is Joe Ellis, 6th-year man out of San Francisco. Havlicek looks to convert the second free throw. He hits it. And it is now Boston 22, Golden State 18. Just over 3 minutes to play first quarter. And at the first quarter break, we'll have some updates from the gaming world. But right now, it's going to be Joe Ellis working inside against Tom Sanders. He gets loose in there and shoots the short jump shot off the glass and good. Golden State back to within 2. Very closely played first quarter here at the Warriors' home floor. Havlicek. Ball fake. Cuts the lane. Cut off once again by Thurmond. Howard Finkel with the offensive rebound. Hank Finkel. And Finkel with the putback. Nothing but net.
Finkel.
Anybody in the chat room who knows who Howard Finkel is, we'll give you bonus points. Hank Finkel is the man for Boston, and he's got 4 points now in the first quarter, as he's done a fine job spelling Dave Cowens, who's on the bench, in foul trouble. Let's see how Finkel can do defensively against Big Nate Thurmond. Thurmond shoots the 5-footer and misses. Finkel got the hand in his face, and the ball bounces out of bounds, and it will go to Boston. Into the game now for Boston is Rex Morgan. Boston with the basketball. Finkel is the open man down low, but he's got a mismatch against Thurmond. And JoJo White resets the offense. Still they get it down to Finkel. Backing down against Thurmond. He doesn't want any of that. He is going to kick it back out to JoJo White on top. White turns the corner. Drives into the lane, lays it up and good.
White.
White's knocked to the floor on that play, no call. But he does get the basket, and he is now got 11 points to lead all scorers. Boston works it down low to Thurmond. Thurmond pushed out onto the baseline by Finkel. Can't do anything there. Sends it down to Joe Ellis down low. 8 on the shot clock. Ellis works it inside, lays it up, no good. But Finkel got him on the hand. And with Golden State in the bonus, we get the very thrilling NBA moments of the 3-to-make-2 free throw attempts. Joe Ellis hits the first. His third point of the ball game. Let's see if Ellis can connect on the second. He does not, so he will get the bonus. Third shot. And he misses the third. But Nate Thurmond pulls the offensive rebound. Surprisingly, his first board of the game. Thurmond's going to go to the putback, and Finkel reaches in. 2 quick fouls on Hank Finkel. And it will be Nate Thurmond going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Thurmond connects on the first. Quiet first quarter for Nate Thurmond. Only 2 points and 1 rebound. Into the game now for Boston is Garfield Smith, the third-string center. Thurmond connects on the second free throw, and it is a 3-point game now as we approach the 2-minute mark remaining in the first quarter. White looks to set up the offense, working on the switch against Joe Ellis. White's going to call his own number. From the top of the key, his jump shot is no good. And rebounded by Jeff Mullins. Back comes Golden State, looking to cut into the lead. Ron Williams swings it over to Mullins on the perimeter. Mullins takes it into the lane. Powers his way to the basket, dishes it down to Thurmond on the baseline. And Thurmond pops home the tough angle jump shot.
From Mullins.
5 points now for Nate Thurmond. The lead's been cut to 1. We're under 2 minutes to play. Boston to inbound. White's got it, working against Ron Williams. White cuts into the lane. Loses it out of bounds. Deflected it off his own leg. And Golden State regains possession with the chance to take the lead here late in the first quarter. They look inside to Joe Ellis. Ellis on the pick and roll. Puts it up and good. That's 5 for Joe Ellis in the first
from
quarter.
Williams.
And Golden State is back out on top. It's 27-26 with a minute and a half to play first quarter. Havlicek says, enough of this nonsense. I want the basketball. He gets it to Havlicek, back to JoJo White. And White hits another one. He is on fire. JoJo White gives Boston the lead, 28-27. And here's Ron Williams answering back for Golden State, putting the Warriors back out on top. Boston comes back with Havlicek. Havlicek tries to get it down to Nelson, but he threw it away, and the ball goes back to Golden State. Ah, yes, very good. Thank you, Tribe Fan. He gets the bonus points for identifying the Howard Finkel, the recently deceased former WWE ring announcer, and a very popular fellow in his own right. Okay, final minute to play, first quarter. As Golden State has a 1-point lead and the basketball. Joe Ellis has done a good job on the low block. They're going to look into him once again. Posting up on Sanders. Ellis hits again. And that is 7 points for Joe Ellis. Surprising performance for this backup power forward. Ellis, a 6-year man out of San Francisco, having a very solid first quarter for the Warriors, who now lead by 3. Boston's going to look over to Havlicek. He's got Ron Williams on him on the switch. Havlicek from 15, no good. But he draws the foul on Ellis, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. First shot for Havlicek is up and good. And the second shot is good. And it is back to a 1-point game. 36 seconds to play. Golden State running the offense. Plenty of time to shoot. They've got it down to Portman on the baseline now. Bob Portman out of Creighton is going to take the baseline jump shot. He's got some space, and he nails it.
Bob Portman from
Very
Williams.
good work by both benches here in this first quarter. As Nate Thurmond missed some time, Cowens has been out with foul trouble, and the benches have performed well, particularly for Golden State. 23 seconds to play, and the Celtics are going to hold for the last shot of the period. They get it inside to Garfield Smith. His shot spins out. Smith gets his own rebound with 5 seconds to play. Can he get the shot off? He lays it up off the rim, no good. Sanders with the offensive board. Sanders lays it up and it spins out. Williams takes the rebound. Throws one up in desperation at the buzzer. And he can't get it off. So the Celtics had 3 cracks at it there at the end of the first period and could not score. And as we head to period number 2, the score is Golden State 33 and Boston 30. Let's take a look at the box score. Well, that's the box score from, well, that's the line score from the last Celtics game. But here in Golden State, it is a 33-30 ball game. And the best player for Golden State so far, actually 3 guys have carried the scoring load. Joe Ellis off the bench with 7, Cazzie Russell with 7, and Jeff Mullins with 7. Nate Thurmond with 5 points late in the period, but only 1 rebound so far. For the Celtics, it has been White and Havlicek. JoJo White, especially with that 6 for 7 free throw shooting, has been the player of the game thus far. Havlicek 11 points, but only 3 for 9 from the field and 5 for 5 from the free throw line. The assists are about even. The turnovers slightly fewer for Golden State. And the rebound edge also belongs to Boston. All right, before we go to the second quarter, I will make the announcement that next weekend, the weekend of July 11th, is the 30th annual Filsinger Games convention known as Galacticon. The first 29 Galacticon sessions were held live and in person. This year, Galacticon is virtual. And if you go to filsingergames.com and look for the Galacticon 2020 link, it's not too late to sign up. There will be tournaments. There will be new cards introduced for both the Legends of Wrestling and for the Champions of the Galaxy, the fictitious Filsinger Games offering. And trivia contests, special guests from the wrestling industry and from the comic book art industry. And a good time will be had by all, culminating on Sunday afternoon with the Galacticon Cup, which is the Tournament of Champions for The winners of all the tournaments through the weekend come together for one final tournament to close out the weekend with the coveted Galacticon Cup as the grand prize. I was fortunate to win the Galacticon Cup in 2015, and a lot of great people attend Galacticon from year to year. This year it's virtual, so this is your chance to check out Legends of Wrestling. The games will be played online, and a good time will be had by all. So there will not be a Friday night basketball game. Probably not a Friday night basketball game. I'm not sure. There's a Friday night get together, and if I get free, I'll put a game up on the channel on Friday night. But probably I'll be hanging out with the Galacticon crew and catching up with lots of good friends from the United States and Canada at Galacticon 30 next weekend, live and online. And you can go to filsingergames.com or just contact me via Facebook for more details if you're interested. And with that, let's head back to quarter number 2 of action. And at halftime, we'll have a full update on all the happenings for the channel. So here we go to the second quarter. Starting things off for Boston, it will be the point guard Art Williams, the backup, with Havlicek still in the backcourt along with Rex Morgan, Tom Sanders and Steve Kaburski on the inside. Golden State has Ron Williams at the point with Jim Barnett moving over to shooting guard. Joe Ellis, the hot hand, is now at small forward as Cazzie Russell takes a rest. Clyde Lee and Nate Thurmond, your starting power forward and starting center down low. And it is Golden State who controls the jump. And Barnett has it on the wing. Barnett's working against Havlicek. He's going to try and move around Havlicek into the lane. But he stepped on the out-of-bounds line, and the ball goes over to Boston as Havlicek forces the turnover. Art Williams now sets up the offense for the Celtics. Working against Ron Williams. They've got Morgan inside. They've got Sanders inside. Not much happening on offense on the first pass. Finally, they get it down low to Kaburski. He doesn't like the looks of that matchup against Nate Thurmond. He's going to look for Rex Morgan on the outside. The jump shot from Morgan is no good, but it is Art Williams sneaking in for the offensive board, and the Celtics will set it up with a fresh 24. They go now to Havlicek, working on Jim Barnett now on the wing. Havlicek drives to the basket. Clyde Lee steps over to cut him off. Havlicek's shot from the lane is no good. Barnett is knocked to the floor. No whistle on the play. Havlicek has missed 5 straight. And Ron Williams comes out with the rebound for Golden State. So we've got Williams versus Williams at the point guard. And I'll try not to stumble over that matchup. But it is Ron Williams now with the ball working against Art Williams. Ron Williams, a pretty good offensive player. He's going to shoot the jump shot from the perimeter, and he scores it.
Ron Williams from Ellis.
Very good shot for Ron Williams, fourth-year man out of West Virginia. And Golden State now has their biggest lead of the game, 35-30. Boston once again looks to Havlicek. He shoots from 15 and scores.
Havlicek.
Came off the screen, had the opening, and put that one through. And once again, it's a 3-point ball game. Ron Williams sets things up. Looks inside to Clyde Lee on the low block. Lee works inside against Tom Sanders. Not a good defender on the low block. But he manages to tie up Lee enough to force a 3-second violation and a turnover. Celtics basketball. Back comes Boston. They've got Kaburski on the baseline, but Barnett's all over him. Art Williams resets the offense. They get over to Havlicek this time. Havlicek comes off a screen. He's got an opening to shoot over Thurmond, and he scores it.
Havlicek, from Williams.
Thurmond was a step late getting over there on the help side defense, and Havlicek makes him pay, and it is back to a 1-point ball game. Here come the Warriors. Ron Williams now working on top against Rex Morgan. He's going to pull the trigger. Williams hits another one.
Ron Williams,
As once
from
again, the
Ellis.
Golden State bench is giving the Warriors the spark they need to maintain this lead. Where Boston continues to just pound the ball to Havlicek. Havlicek covered by Ron Williams outside. He scores again.
Havlicek, from Williams.
Havlicek heating up in the second period. And we've got some back and forth ball game going on here. This is getting to be fun to watch. Joe Ellis now working inside against Rex Morgan. Ellis did very well in the first quarter, and he buries another one here in the second quarter.
Joe Ellis,
He's
from
got
Barnett.
9 points now to lead Golden State in scoring. Havlicek leading all scorers with 17. He calls for the basketball. Defended by Barnett. Havlicek forces up a jump shot, no good over Barnett. Clyde Lee takes another rebound for Golden State. Back comes the Warriors. They're going to pound it down low to Thurmond. Thurmond rises up and scores over
Nate
Kaburski.
Thurmond, from Williams.
And it is once again a 5-point lead for the Warriors. Art Williams now setting the offense for Boston. Gets it over to Morgan. Morgan works it down low against Ellis. Nothing happening down there. Morgan's going to try and kick it out to Havlicek. Havlicek takes it to the hoop. His layup is off the front rim, no good. Thurmond blocked it out of there. Thurmond is an enforcer in the lane. Morgan grabs the offensive rebound, kicks it back out. Boston will reset the offense with 10 on the shot clock. They've got Kaburski loose on the baseline. Can he hit the jump shot? He cannot get the baseline jumper to go. And Joe Ellis takes the rebound for the Warriors. The Warriors have numbers in transition with Ron Williams leading the break. Williams to Thurmond. Thurmond back to Williams. Williams' layup is up and no good, but he is fouled on the play by Sanders. And it will be 2 shots for Ron Williams. Very impressive performance by the Golden State bench here as Williams puts home his 7th point. And Golden State now is up by 6. And the first unit for Boston is coming back on the court. JoJo White, Don Chaney, Don Nelson, and Dave Cowens all back on the court. Rex Morgan moves over to the shooting guard position, and John Havlicek takes his first rest of the night. Havlicek played about 45 minutes a game in 71-72, so it's not surprising that he has gone this long without a rest. Ron Williams hits the second free throw, and Golden State now enjoys a 7-point advantage with under 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. They work it outside to Chaney. Chaney's got it on the baseline, working against Ellis out there. Chaney shoots the 15-footer. It's good.
Chaney, from Cowens.
As Boston keeps it close. Let's see if this first unit for Boston can whittle into this deficit. Barnett's working against Rex Morgan. Here's Jim Barnett. Gets the pass from Williams on the wing. And Barnett walked with it. And just like that, Havlicek is back in the game. So Boston has their starting 5. Golden State has Mullins and Thurmond and Lee, but they've still got 2 backups in the game in the form of Bob Portman and Ron Williams. Eight and a half to play. Second period, Boston with the basketball trailing by 5. Celtics are going to look inside to Don Nelson. Very good low post player, but Mullins took it away from him. And that is 4 steals for Jeff Mullins already here tonight. Back come the Warriors. Mullins is going to pull the trigger from the wing over Havlicek, and he buries
Jeff
it.
Mullins, from Williams.
Golden State firing on all cylinders here in period number 2. As now JoJo White has it with a mismatch on Nate Thurmond. White comes off the screen, shoots the deep jump shot, no good. Tipped around by Chaney. Nelson grabs the offensive rebound. Nelson goes to the right hand with the putback shot. It's no good. But he is hacked on the play by Ron Williams. The referees in the stands here in Oakland do not like that call, but their opinion does not matter as Don Nelson steps to the free throw line. Talk about unorthodox free throw styles. Don Nelson shot his free throws with one hand. He gets the first one to go. Into the game for the first time now for Golden State is Nick Jones, the third-string point guard, fifth-year man out of Oregon. And Cazzie Russell is back into the game as well for Golden State. Nelson hits the second free throw and cuts the lead once again to 5. Under 8 minutes now to play, second quarter. Here come the Warriors. Nick Jones has it out on top. Swings it over to Mullins. Mullins drives on Havlicek. Takes the baseline. Finger roll in the lane is good.
Jeff Mullins.
And Mullins becomes the first member of the Warriors to hit double digits. 11 for Mullins. The lead is back to 7 for Golden State. Boston looks down low to Nelson. Working inside against the overmatched Cazzie Russell. The ball is knocked away. There's a pileup on the floor, and we're going to have a jump ball. As Russell managed to knock that one away and tie up Don Chaney as the bodies hit the floor. Russell controls the jump, and Golden State takes the basketball. Cowan's back in the game defending Thurmond, despite the 2 fouls. Mullins is on the outside with Nelson guarding him on the switch. They're going to swing it over to Mullins. Mullins from the perimeter. Drives to the basket. Kicks it out to Russell for the jump shot, no good. Nate Thurmond grabs the offensive board. Thurmond with the putback, but he's called for the offensive foul. That's 2 on Thurmond. And Boston will get possession. JoJo White now running the offense for Boston. As Art Williams is at the shooting guard and Havlicek is once again going to catch a breather. White works against Nick Jones. Dumps it down inside to Cowens working against Thurmond. Can Cowens draw foul number 3 on Thurmond? No, he backs it down and gets called for the 3 seconds as Thurmond just would not give him any room to operate. Basketball goes back over to Golden State. They've got it down low with Thurmond. Kicks it back out to Nick Jones. Jones looks around. Sees Cazzie Russell down on the low block. Short jump shot from Cazzie Russell is off the glass and no good. Nate Thurmond takes another rebound. He's going to try and put this one back, and it's tipped away and stolen by Dave Cowens. Here comes Boston in transition with JoJo White. White slides it over to Cowens. Cowens lays it up and good. First basket of the ball game for Dave Cowens, believe it or not, midway into the second quarter. On the assist by JoJo White. On that fast break, Boston back within 5. Golden State sets it up with Thurmond down low, working against Cowens. Cowens forces Thurmond out on the baseline. Nothing he can do out there. They're going to try to reset the offense. Thurmond can't find any place to go with it. Shoots the awkward jump shot from outside. Clyde Lee sneaks in for the offensive rebound. And the putback by Lee won't go down. Don Nelson takes the rebound. Boston's going to try to run, but the Warriors get back on defense. And smartly, JoJo White is going to pull it back out and set up the offense. Midway through the second quarter, still a 5-point lead for Golden State. JoJo White has it working against Nick Jones. White's going to call his own number. He drives to the hole. Lays it up softly. And it is blocked away. Clyde Lee got that one. And Nate Thurmond battles the rebound away for Golden State as the Warriors hold the lead and the basketball. The open man for Golden State is Russell, working on the perimeter. Takes the touch pass from Mullins. Bounce pass over to Jones, down to Thurmond. Thurmond back on top to Jones. Now they've got Russell in the corner. His corner jump shot is good. And he is fouled on the play by Williams. Havlicek back in the game now at full strength for Boston. Doesn't take him long to get his wind back. And now it is Cazzie Russell attempting the three-point play and hoping to give Golden State their biggest lead in the ballgame. Russell connects on the free throw, and it is now 50-42 in favor of Golden State. And that is 10 points now for Cazzie Russell. Celtics need some offense. They get it to Havlicek. On the outside, shoots the jump shot, no good. But he's fouled on the play by Jeff Mullins, and it will be Havlicek shooting two. 5 for 5 in the first quarter. Havlicek hits 6 in a row now. Still has 18 points to lead all scorers. Havlicek connects on number 19, and the lead is back to 6. Here come the Warriors. Mullins has it on the perimeter. Looks around, gets it to Jones, back over to Mullins. Mullins is going to drive to the basket against Havlicek, and Havlicek picked his pocket. Nice defense by Havlicek. Boston regains possession. They find Don Nelson open on the baseline. Nelson on the wing shoots the jump shot, and he missed everything. And the fans here in Oakland are going to let him know about it. Golden State regains possession of the basketball, still holding a 6-point lead now. 5:23 to play, second quarter. Russell now guarded by Don Chaney, and that's a tough matchup. Don Chaney is a tough matchup for anybody. So they bop it down inside to Clyde Lee. Clyde Lee inside with a strong move to the bucket. Shot is up and good.
Clyde Lee.
First basket of the game for Clyde Lee. He's already got 5 rebounds on the night. And Golden State is back up by 8. Boston looks around. They get it to Havlicek. Havlicek puts it on the floor, right of the key. Floats into the lane with a little layup, and he connects.
Havlicek.
That's now 21 for Havlicek, and we are under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Nick Jones with it now for Golden State, working against Chaney. Swings it over to Mullins on the perimeter. Working against Havlicek, comes off the screen from Thurmond. Don Nelson comes over to help out. Mullins pulls up and shoots, and it's blocked away by Nelson. Nate Thurmond grabs the rebound. Thurmond on the putback. His short jump shot is good.
Nate Thurmond.
Thurmond was quiet in the first quarter, but he's now got 9 points and 5 rebounds as Golden State once again reestablishes the lead at 8. Here come the Celtics with White. Looking inside to Cowens. Cowens goes to work on Nate Thurmond. Tough matchup, but Cowens converts.
Cowens,
and it is 54-48. Give the assist to Havlicek on that play. 4.5 to play, first half. Golden State basketball. It's been a while since we've seen Jim Barnett. Nick Jones is running the point and doing a good job of it. He's going to take it to the glass against JoJo White. Jones on the drive. His layup is tipped away, no good. Dave Cowens got a piece of that one. Thurmond pulls the offensive board. His putback attempt is no good. Lee gets the offensive board. Clyde Lee with the putback attempt. Loses it out of bounds. So Golden State had their opportunities and could not convert. And Thurmond is now going to take a rest. Back into the game is Bill Turner, the former Akron Zip. Interesting town, Akron, Ohio. Lived there for 2 years as a undergrad student. Known as the Rubber City for being the home of Goodyear, the rubber plant, but also the home of the Inventors Hall of Fame. And every year in the summer in Akron, they would have an inventors convention, and all kinds of goofy-looking, goofy-dressed, steampunk-looking characters would show up and show off their inventions. And, of course, the zipper was invented in Akron, and that's how Akron got their nickname of the Zips. and their famous mascot, Zippy the Kangaroo, potentially the worst mascot in all of sports. Okay, here come the Boston Celtics with Don Nelson open on the outside against Clyde Lee. Let's see if Nelson can do something on the perimeter. His baseline jump shot is good.
Nelson.
And Boston has now cut the lead to 4. Golden State coming back. They get it to Russell on the wing, working against Don Chaney. Russell's going to try and take this one inside against Chaney. And Havlicek stole it. Chaney was on one hip, and Havlicek snuck in from the opposite side and picked his pocket, and it is Boston basketball. Don Nelson is open on the baseline. He's got the hot hand. He shoots another mid-range jump shot from the left side and scores
Nelson.
it. 2 in a row for Nelson. The game is cut to a 2-point lead. 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Golden State sets it up. They've got Nick Jones covered on the left wing by White. Jones forces up a jump shot, no good. Jim Turner comes away with the rebound for Golden State. His short jump shot is no good. Turner hit a couple in the first quarter. He missed that one, but he is fouled on the play by Don Nelson. And it will be Jim Turner at the line for 2. Turner hits the first. And the second shot for Turner is no good. And the rebound is taken away after a scramble by Don Chaney. 3-point lead now for Golden State. Celtics with the basketball. They're going to look inside to Cowens working against Turner. Cowens lays that one up off the rim, no good. Clyde Lee rebounds it, but he threw it away on the outlet, and Boston will get the ball back. Into the game for Golden State, Nate Thurmond returns. Also Joe Ellis, who played well in the first quarter, and Ron Williams, who contributed 8 points and 4 assists so far tonight. 3 minutes to play, Boston basketball. Still clinging to a 3-point lead are the Warriors. White has it on top, working against Cassie Russell on the switch. And White buries another jump shot.
White.
That is 15 for JoJo, and it is now a 1-point game, under 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Joe Ellis has it working inside against Don Nelson. Backing down, short jump shot is batted away by Cowens. Another block shot.
Joe
This
Ellis
time he's called for
Russell.
goaltending. Another basket for Joe Ellis. He has got 11. And finally, Jim Barnett back into the game to run the point for Golden State. 57-54 Warriors. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to play, second quarter. Boston's going to look to Havlicek, their leading scorer. Havlicek passes to Chaney. Chaney over to White, back to Chaney. Out to Havlicek on the wing for the jump shot. It rolls around, no good. Thurmond rebounds it, but loses it out of bounds. Another turnover for Golden State, and Boston once again will have a shot to cut the lead to 1. They look once again to Havlicek, working outside against Mullins. His mid-range jump shot is good, and it is a 57-56 ball game. 2:24 to play in the first half. Barnett sets the offense for the Warriors. He's got JoJo White on his hip. Barnett's going to try and get to the basket. He gets into the hoop, lays it up and good, but is called for the offensive foul. So wave off the basket, give the basketball to the Celtics. They've got it now with 2:12 to play and a chance to take the lead. White sets the offense. They get it over to Havlicek. Havlicek ventures into the paint. And it's Joe Ellis who's called for the reach-in foul. And that'll be just a one-shot foul for Havlicek. 7 for 7 so far from the free throw line, now 8 for 8. And with 2 minutes to play in the first half, we are tied at 57. Golden State looking for offense. Barnett working against Chaney. Chaney's got him smothered. They go down low to Joe Ellis. Ellis on the block against Don Nelson. Tries to get that little bank shot, and he scores again.
Joe Ellis.
Joe Ellis
from
with the
Russell.
hot hand for the Warriors off the bench with 13 here in the first half. Boston basketball now a minute 50 to play. Trailing by 2. White sets the offense. White goes into the lane. Going to his left. Gets free from the pick by Chaney. Cut off by Joe Ellis. Short jump shot in the lane, and it's blocked. Nate Thurmond got over and got him. And Thurmond pulls the rebound, and back comes Golden State, looking to extend the lead. Ellis has it on the outside. He's going to look for Cazzie Russell. Russell gets it down low, shoots the short jump shot around the rim and
Cazzie
in.
Russell.
12 for Cazzie, and Golden State is back up by 4. Boston comes back and looks for Havlicek. They can't get him. They get it to Chaney on the baseline. Chaney gets into the lane. His shot no good. Fight for the rebound. It's pulled away by Barnett. Barnett will run with Mullins and Cazzie. Mullins gets the feed from Russell,
Jeff
lays it up
Mullins
and good.
from Russell.
Back up to a 6-point lead as Golden State makes a late run here in the second quarter. Minute 14 to play. Celtics basketball. They get it to Havlicek. Havlicek moves to his right. Cut off by Thurmond at the corner. Jump shot no good. Barnett comes away with the rebound for Golden State, and we're in the final minute of play here in the first half. Barnett calls a play. They get it to Thurmond, but he's too far away. 16 on the shot clock. As Thurmond has to force one up, no good. Mullins keeps the rebound alive for Golden State, and they will reset with a fresh 24. Now 50 seconds to play in the period. Thurmond again on the baseline. Cowens is all over him. Passes it back out to Barnett. Barnett steps into the lane. He runs over White, no call. Barnett lays it up, and his shot is good. And JoJo White
Jim
is
Barnett
furious.
from Thurmond.
He thought that was a charging foul, and he is letting the referees know about it. As once again, Golden State has opened up an 8-point lead with a late run here in the second quarter. 31 seconds to play. Time for Boston to work the offense. White from the perimeter. He's going to call his own
White
number.
from
He
Cowens.
shoots the jump shot. It rolls around and drops in. And it is a 6-point lead now. 65-59. As Golden State brings the basketball up and the shot clock is off. Warriors will play for the last shot. Barnett to Mullins. Back over to Barnett. Barnett turned it over on the double dribble, and Boston will have a chance to get a quick shot off here in the last 5 seconds of play. They're going to look to Havlicek. He can probably shoot 3 times in 5 seconds. But Russell takes it away, and that's the end of the first half. Very entertaining first half of action. Golden State with a 6-point lead. Let's take a look at your box score. Balanced attack for the Warriors. Mullins with 13. Joe Ellis with 13 off the bench on 6 for 6 shooting. And Cazzie Russell with 12. And for Boston, it's been all about the backcourt. 24 for Havlicek, 17 for JoJo White. Cowens limited to 4 points and just 2 rebounds in his 13 minutes of play, limited by foul trouble. And similarly, Nate Thurmond was out for part of the first quarter with an injury, and he's managed 9 points and 8 rebounds. He did most of his damage in the second quarter. And so the Warriors have really put together a better team effort in the first half than has Boston, and they enjoy a 6-point lead. Now, before we go back to action, let's have some channel updates. It's the 4th of July weekend, and we are blessed that my wife has the weekend off, so there will probably not be any activity on the channel tomorrow. Sunday we will have My Journey with Jesus, talking about man's pursuit of wisdom on Sunday morning. Don't know if I'll do anything on the channel this week. I might jump on Monday and do something. Probably not. So that will bring us to next weekend, which, as I mentioned, is Galacticon. So there will be probably no game Monday night, and probably nothing on the weekend. But on Monday, July 13th, I will have the day off, and I will do some special wrestling broadcast for my summer spectacular pay-per-view known as Freedom Festival 2020. All 4 of my territories will be in action. Heartland Ladies Wrestling, West Coast Championship Wrestling featuring the Ring of Honor, and of course the 2 NWA territories of Atlantic Wrestling Federation and Pro Wrestling Mid-America. And the main event of that big show on Monday, July 13th, will see Ric Flair put the NWA World Heavyweight Championship on the line against Vader. And that should be a tremendous match. So we'll see you Sunday for My Journey with Jesus. And the next big broadcast on the channel will take place on July 13th. All right. And at the end of the third quarter, I'll tell you about another new project that I am embarking upon. But for now, let's get back to action. We've got 9 folks in the channel right now, and I am so glad that you all are here and enjoying tonight's basketball game. My voice is starting to get a little raspy, and I'm drinking root beer, and hopefully we'll get through the rest of this entertaining ball game here from the Oakland Arena. As we head back to action to start the third quarter. It will be the starting 5 for Boston. And for Golden State, it will also be the starting 5. As we tip things off here in half number 2, it is Boston controlling the tip, trailing by 6. They're going to look right inside to Cowens as he's got Jim Barnett on a mismatch. Cowens with the left-handed hook shot. It's around the rim and it falls off. Havlicek takes the rebound and passes the ball back out. Cowens could work with that left hand, although he didn't connect on that one. And he's had a slow night here tonight with only 4 points and 2 rebounds in the first half. JoJo White has it with a fresh shot clock for Boston. He looks over to Havlicek, now guarded on the switch by Clyde Lee. Havlicek off the pick. Wide open for the outside jump shot, and he connects. 26 for Havlicek to lead all scorers. Back come the Warriors. Cazzie Russell has it outside working against Chaney. Kicks it back out to Barnett. As Chaney, a stellar defender. Barnett against White, also a good defender. Barnett tries to get into the lane. Don Nelson cuts him off. Shot is up, no good. And we've got a whistle on the rebound, and it's a loose ball foul on Nate Thurmond, and that is his 3rd. 1 shot for JoJo White. So the free throw is nice, and that cuts the lead to 3. But that foul number 3 on Nate Thurmond is huge for Golden State, and we'll see if Boston can capitalize on that. Golden State with the basketball, looking inside to Thurmond. Working against Cowens. Working in the low post. The short jump shot rattles out. Tough defense by Cowens, but Thurmond grabs his own rebound. Thurmond on the putback attempt. Can't get the shot off. Tries to get it out to Barnett, and the pass skips away out of bounds. It will be Boston basketball. So Celtics off to a good start here in quarter number 3, already cutting into the lead. Now with a chance to cut it to 1 as they look to their big man Havlicek. Havlicek on the perimeter, looks to make a play. Gets it over to White, and it's stolen away by Thurmond. How about that defense by the big man? Numbers in transition for Golden State. But Jeff Mullins doesn't really like the looks of that 3-on-2, and he pulls it back out. They're going to look inside instead to Cassie Russell posting up down low against Cheney. And Cheney stole it. Fine defense by the second-team all-defensive NBA player. And Boston once again has the basketball. This time they go inside to Don Nelson, working on that low block. It is kicked away by Clyde Lee and out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Still trailing 65-62. Now under 11 minutes to play third quarter. Don Cheney to inbound. He was not the vice president. Cheney gets it out to White, top of the key. Fadeaway jump shot, no good. Nate Thurmond takes his 10th rebound. Dick Barnett has it on the break. He's got Thurmond with him as they drive on Dave Cowens. Barnett is all by himself, gets around Cowens, lays it up and good.
From Thurmond.
Jim Barnett saw his opening, took it right to the hip of the big man Cowens, laid it up and good as Cowens didn't want to pick up his third foul on that play. The lead for Golden State is back up to 5. Boston is looking once again to Havlicek. Havlicek from the outside. Shot is good.
Havlicek.
Nothing but net for Havlicek. As he heard the cheers of one Steve Tower in the chat room. And Steve Tower was the inspiration to Havlicek to bury that one for point number 28 on the night. Welcome, Steve, to tonight's action between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors from the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League, powered by Action PC Basketball. Here come the Warriors. Looking inside to Thurmond. Posting up against Dave Cowens down low. Tough matchup. Thurmond backs him down. Short jump shot is no good. Don Nelson takes the rebound, and the Celtics once again have a chance to cut into the lead. They look down low to Nelson. Nelson on the low block. He walks with it. And Steve, while you're here, in case you missed it, at the end of the first quarter, I made the announcement about the upcoming Galacticon this next weekend. And if I recall correctly, you're going to be at the virtual Galacticon with the Phil Singer Games Legends of Wrestling crew. And certainly looking forward to another opportunity to connect virtually with one of my broadcasting inspirations, the legendary Steve Tower. Here comes Boston, trailing by 3 on the defense now as Jim Barnett sets up the offense for the Warriors. Barnett back and forth with Clyde Lee. Lee wants it down on the low block, working against Nelson. Lee tosses one up, and he gets that one to fall.
Clyde Lee.
Clyde Lee, primarily known for his rebounding, but he's got 4 points now as Golden State extends the lead to 5. Boston looks to Cowens, working against Nate Thurmond with those 3 fouls. The left-handed hook is tipped away by Lee, rebounded by Mullins. And on the loose ball foul on the offense, we've got a foul called on Havlicek. That is his first, and it will be Nate Thurmond to the line for 1 free throw. Thurmond connects on that one, and he has now got a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Golden State back out on top by 6. Nelson working on the baseline now against Lee. Steps away from the basket. Facing up. Jump shot from the baseline is no good. The ball dribbles away out of bounds, and it will belong to Golden State as the referees confer and point the other way. Golden State now with the basketball. Leading by 6. Celtics with that stifling perimeter defense. Forces Barnett to reset the offense. He gets it over to Mullins on the wing. Mullins is going to take it into the glass. Glides toward the cylinder. He's cut off by Don Nelson. But Mullins stops and pops and gets it to drop.
Jeff Mullins scores.
And we've got a foul on the play as Havlicek got him with the body. Mullins now with a chance for point number 16 on the game. And a chance to give Golden State their biggest lead of the night. Mullins almost an 80% free throw shooter. Very smooth delivery on that one. and it is now a 9-point lead for Golden State. Under 9 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Boston works the offense. Nelson can't make anything happen. They swing it around to JoJo White.
From Cheney.
And JoJo calls his own number, pulls the trigger from the top of the key, and drills it. 20 points now for JoJo White, as the Boston backcourt has been on fire. Warriors come back. It's Barnett with a deep jump shot. Not the shot that Al Attles wanted, but Clyde Lee comes in and grabs the rebound. Clyde Lee is going to go for the putback attempt. He rises up and scores. And the lead is back to 9. And we've got a foul on the play on Cowens. And that is 3 on Cowens. This will be 1 free throw for Clyde Lee. And he is not a good free throw shooter. Missed his first attempt. This one he gets to go. 7 points for Lee. And for the first time tonight, we have a double-digit lead enjoyed by the Warriors. JoJo White with it out on top. Works against Barnett. They swing it down to Nelson inside on the low block. Nelson trying to get some work done down there. Short jump shot is off the glass and no good. The Celtics have gone cold, but Lee got him on the arm. And the referees in the stands consider that to be a very weak call. But Don Nelson will head to the free throw line, looking to cut into the Golden State lead. First shot from Nelson is off the rim, no good. Still plenty of time in this one. 8 minutes to play, third quarter. Nelson converts on the second free throw. That is 7 points for Nelson, and the lead is back to 9. Golden State with it. Looking down low to Clyde Lee. He's got a mismatch against Cheney down low. Big size advantage for Clyde Lee, but they can't get it to him as Havlicek steals it. Havlicek stole the ball. And the Celtics will run. Actually, Havlicek's going to pull it back as he doesn't like the looks of Cheney and Cowens on the wing. So he's smartly going to pull that one back and get it over to JoJo White to start the offense. And White is immediately going to pull his own trigger. That one's no good, and Nate Thurmond pulls the rebound for Golden State. A little bit of frustration from Havlicek on that as he pulled the ball back on the fast break, and JoJo White immediately came back and took a bad shot. And now the Warriors are going to look inside to Nate Thurmond as Boston's defense is completely discombobulated. Thurmond's got Havlicek on his hip, and Thurmond drops that one home for his 12th point of the night, and the lead is now 11 as Golden State has just slowly but surely built this lead here in the third quarter as the Celtics offense has struggled. Don Cheney with it now on the wing. Not an offensive threat. Sends it down inside to Cowens. Cowens works inside against Thurmond, and now Cowens is called for the offensive foul. He hooked him. He wanted that left-handed hook shot, but he got his right elbow into the rib cage of Thurmond, and the referees aren't going to allow that. This is not Galacticon. This is basketball in the Boston Garden, and those elbow shots to the ribs will not be tolerated. And that is going to put Cowens on the bench with 4 fouls as Golden State takes over possession, leading by 11 and looking to extend the lead. Working the offense around the perimeter. Plenty of time to shoot. Still 14 on the shot clock as Barnett has it outside against JoJo White. Barnett to his left, dribbles into the lane. Swings it to Russell in the low post. Russell can't get the shot to go. But he is fouled on the play by Don Cheney. And it will be Cazzie Russell now going to the line to shoot 2. As the balanced scoring for the Warriors continues. They've already got 4 men in double figures. As Russell knocks down the first free throw. Cazzie Russell, very popular player in New York, now a member of the Golden State Warriors in his 6th season out of that school up north, a.k.a. Michigan. Russell hits both free throws, now has 14 points on the game, and the lead for Golden State is up to 13. Don Nelson wants it on the baseline. Room to operate against Clyde Lee. Attacks the rim, lays it up off the window, and good. Nelson gets that one to go, but the Boston Celtics still trail by double figures. As Golden State sets the offense, working methodically now. Barnett steps around White, takes the jump shot, no good. Tipped up by Thurmond, no good. Clyde Lee grabs the rebound. Lee on the putback as the Warriors pound the boards. His shot is off the side of the rim, no good. And finally, Don Nelson takes the rebound for Boston. The Celtics will run. JoJo White leads the break in transition. Lays it off to Don Nelson, and Nelson can't make the layup. Kuberski with the tip, no good. Golden State comes out with it as Barnett grabs the rebound. And Barnett's going to slow things down again for the Warriors. Midway through period number 3, the Warriors have opened up an 11-point lead. Looking to extend that lead as Barnett works it over to Russell. Russell on the wing. 12 on the shot clock as Russell takes it into the lane. Cut off by Nelson. Good help defense by the Celtics, and Russell cannot connect on the short jump shot. Clyde Lee with another rebound for the Warriors. Lee with the putback attempt. Lays it up. And it's no good, blocked by Kuberski. Nate Thurmond grabs the offensive board for the Warriors, and now he's called for the offensive foul. That is 4 on Thurmond. And that's a hard collision between Thurmond and Kuberski. Thurmond's called for the offensive foul. He will check out of the game. And Kuberski will also check out of the game. And now we've got a battle on the low block of the two Ohio legends, Hank Finkel and Akron's Jim Turner. Here we go. And they are going to look inside to Hank Finkel as he's got a mismatch with Jeff Mullins on his hip. Finkel flips that one up and good, and the former Dayton Flyer now has 6 points. And the lead is now 9 as there are 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Golden State set things up. Turner has it down low against Finkel. Kicks it back out to the post. Can't find anybody out there. So Turner instead takes a one-hand runner, and he hits it.
From Barnett.
And he is fouled on the play by Chaney. How about Jim Turner with some action there? Bill Turner with some action there for the former Akron Zip, now with 5 points on the game, looking to make it 6 from the free throw line. Turner went to college at the University of Akron, also the home of the All-American Soapbox Derby in Akron, Ohio. Fun time for kids from all over the country to come to Akron during the summer and race their races. Turner hits the free throw. The lead is back up to 12 for Golden State as Boston brings the basketball back with 5:45 to play in the third quarter. They really have had a hard time getting the ball to Havlicek in this period. And they still can't get him as Mullins has stepped up the efforts on defense. They're going to look inside to Don Nelson. His short jump shot is kissed off the glass, off the back iron, no good. And Clyde Lee with his 11th rebound for Golden State. Warriors are dominating the boards. We'll have to check those rebounding stats when we go to our third quarter break. For now, Barnett is content to work the ball around the perimeter. They swing it over to Mullins, working against Havlicek. Mullins drives it to the basket. Mullins with a little kiss off the glass. That time they couldn't get any help on the defense.
Jeff Mullins from Russell.
And it is Mullins with the little kiss off the glass and in for his 18th point of the night. Mullins now leads the Warriors in that category. And Golden State is up by 14. They force the ball over to Havlicek this time, trying to make something happen. Havlicek can't get the shot off. Swings it to Chaney, back to Havlicek. Havlicek takes it into the lane, drives it up. His finger roll is off the rim, no good. Chaney with the rebound, kicks it back out, and Boston will reset. They look once again to Havlicek on the perimeter. Gets the pass from White. His jump shot is again no good. Off the rim, but this time he is going to go to the free throw line as Jeff Mullins got him with the body. Havlicek 8 for 8 from the free throw line today. Looking to stay perfect. And he missed that one. Second shot for Havlicek is good. Now 9 for 10 from the line. Leads all scorers with 29, but Boston's got some work to do to dig their way out of this deficit as we are now under 5 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Barnett works it around to Mullins. Mullins takes it in against Havlicek. Cut off by Nelson. Pulls up and shoots no good. Nelson got there on time that time. And Clyde Lee sneaks in for another rebound for the Warriors. Lee's short jump shot is in and out. And now Havlicek takes the rebound. Celtics need to rally, says our Red Sox fan. Lots of Celtic fans in the chat room here tonight. Steve Tower, Dave Gardner, our Red Sox fan. Everybody wants Boston to win, except for that team from Golden State that continues to enjoy a 13-point lead. Here's Havlicek on the outside. Pulls the trigger from the perimeter this time. That shot is no good. Again, the D by Mullins made the difference. Another rebound for Clyde Lee. And Barnett will run with Cazzie Russell. Barnett's going to take it to the hole himself. His layup attempt is no good. Nice defense by Don Chaney on the play. And Havlicek pulls away the rebound. Boston sets up on offense. Now they've got JoJo White working against Barnett. White's going to try and penetrate. Comes off the screen from Chaney. Gets the bounce pass to Chaney on the baseline. Chaney is the one who hits the baseline jump shot for the basket for Boston. Still trailing by 11. 4 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Barnett over to Mullins. Mullins is going to look to pass this one. Can't find anybody. Shoots from 15 feet. That's no good. But the shot's waved off as Don Nelson is called for the foul. And Mullins will shoot 2. Jeff Mullins, fine player for these Golden State Warriors. Misses the first shot. Mullins in his 8th year out of Duke. Averaged team highs with 21.5 points and 5.9 assists per game for Golden State in the 71-72 season. And the second shot for Mullins is up and good. And the lead is back up to 12 for the Warriors as Boston attempts to make the comeback. Into the game now is Clarence Glover for Boston, working at the power forward position. JoJo White has it on top for Boston. He's got Cazzie Russell on him on the switch now. It's going to be Havlicek taking the ball to the basket. He's cut off by Clyde Lee, but he manages to get the shot off. It's off the back rim, no good, and Clyde Lee takes another rebound for Golden State. And now we've got a stoppage of play as Cazzie Russell was shaken up on that scrum down low on the other end. But he is going to stay in the ball game. He is a pansy from Michigan. He didn't have much of an injury there, but just couldn't hack it. As Golden State sets up the offense, they've got it to Jim Barnett outside. Barnett's going to pull the trigger from the top of the key. But now we've got a foul away from the ball, and that is going to go on Tom Sanders. And with Boston in the penalty, it will be 3 to make 2 for Jeff Mullins. Mullins hits the first, and that is his 20th point of the night. And Hank Finkel is back into the game for Boston. So Clinton Park's wife has a photo with, is that Howie Finkel, the ring announcer, or Hank Finkel, the Boston Celtic player? Which Finkel are you referring to, Clinton? The second shot for Mullins is up and good. He says, I don't need 3 shots to make 2. I'll hit them both. And the lead is back up to 14 with just over 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. JoJo White on the perimeter. Looks to set up the offense, finds Sanders. Sanders back over to White. White double dribbles, and that's a turnover. Into the game for Golden State, a wholesale set of substitutions. Ron Williams had a nice first half. He's back in the ball game, along with Joe Ellis, who put in 13 points in the first half to help power Golden State to this advantage. Ron Williams now running the point for Golden State. As he sets the offense, he's got Sanders on him on the switch. Williams is going to call his own number. Shoots the outside jump shot, no good. Off the back iron. And it is Hank Finkel on the rebound. Finkel now is going to look inside to Tom Sanders. Working on the low block against Portman. His short jump shot is off the backboard, around the rim and out. And the rebound is grabbed by Vic Bartolome for Golden State. Bartolome, a local product, had a tremendous college career at Santa Clara. Here's Mullins working against Havlicek. Drives to the basket. Comes off the pick from Bartolome. His shot is no good. Too strong. Bartolome climbs the ladder and keeps it alive. His short jump shot is good. And the 7-footer from California has his first basket of the night. And the lead for Golden State is now up to 16. They're going to look inside to Clarence Glover. Glover has it stolen away by Williams. Williams is going to slow things down. And they swing it around to Mullins on the perimeter. Ball is knocked away by Havlicek. Mullins got it back. He's cut off by Clarence Glover. Short jump shot in the lane by Mullins is blocked. Hank Finkel got him. Bartolome with the offensive rebound. His putback attempt is off the glass, no good.
Vic Bartolome.
But he tips it up and back in, as Bartolome has his 4 points very quickly. And the lead is now 18, and this one is threatening to get away from Boston, as the Celtics may fall to 0-3 on the young season. Havlicek with it. Working against Joe Ellis now on the perimeter. And it's knocked away by Mullins, and Mullins dives in and steals it. How about that? Golden State has it now with Joe Ellis. Joe Ellis hits again, and the Warriors are up by 20.
Joe Ellis.
It is getting ugly here in Oracle Arena. Unless, of course, you're an Oracle Arena fan of the Golden State Warriors, and in which case you're loving this action. Here's JoJo White working against Joe Ellis on the switch. White with a pull-up jump shot in the lane, no good. Celtics shooting 44% on the game to 54% for Golden State. They look inside to Clarence Glover. Glover in the low post, spins to his right, up with a shot, around the rim and good.
Glover.
2 points
from
now
Sanders.
for Clarence Glover. Interesting story, Clarence Glover. He played for that famous Western Kentucky team that went to the Final Four with 5 African-American starters. And that was a remarkable moment in the history of college basketball. As Clarence Glover and 4 of his African-American teammates took Western Kentucky all the way to the Final Four. And it was unfortunately Glover who had hit a key layup in the regional finals to propel the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers into the Final Four. But Glover missed a clutch layup in their Final Four matchup as the Hilltoppers were beaten by Villanova in the Final Four. Came back to win the consolation game and finished 3rd in the country that season, the 1970-71 NCAA basketball tournament. So, nice piece of history there involving Clarence Glover. As Glover gets that basket to cut the lead to 18, as hope springs eternal for the Celtics fans here in the chat room. They swing it around to Mullins for the Warriors. Mullins is going to take it to the hole against Havlicek. And Glover picked him clean. Nice play by Glover. Havlicek has 3-on-1 numbers coming back the other way. He gets it to Finkel. Finkel back to Havlicek. Havlicek lays it up and good. And he is fouled on the play by Ellis.
From Finkel.
So a little run here by the Celtics, as they have cut the lead from 20. And Havlicek hits the free throw, and the lead is now down to 15. Nice little 5-0 run for the Celtics. Here they come. Warriors back on the offense. They look outside to Bob Portman. Portman rises up from the corner, fires up, and hits that one.
Bob Portman.
Nice shot by Portman to end the Celtics rally, and we're in the final minute of play here in quarter number 3. They swing the ball around to Havlicek working against Cazzie Russell. Havlicek drives the lane. Collides with Clyde Lee. Lays it up with the left hand, no good. Will we get a whistle? Lee got him with the body, and Havlicek will shoot 2. If they can keep it around 15 going into the fourth quarter, there's still hope for Boston to mount a comeback. As Bill Turner re-enters the game for Golden State. Havlicek hits both free throws. The deficit is back to 15. And Golden State wants to add to that here with 43 seconds to play. They're going to go back to Portman. See if they can get a 2-for-1 here. Portman from the outside cannot hit the jumper. Around the rim and out, JoJo White takes the rebound. And the Celtics will walk the ball back up the court. 29 seconds to play in the game. 22 on the shot clock. Finkel's got it inside against Joe Ellis. He's going to kick it back out on top to JoJo White. White passes to Havlicek. Havlicek back over to White. Stolen by Portman. Golden State has numbers. They're going to push the break. Ron Williams steps around Tom Sanders, takes it up and lays it up and good.
Portland.
10 points now for Ron Williams, as Golden State has 5 men in double figures and 2 double-figure rebounders. The lead is now 17, and Boston will hold for the final shot of the period. We've got a whistle on the play and a reach-in foul on Cazzie Russell. Not a good foul with 5 seconds to play in the quarter, as JoJo White heads to the free throw line. Very quiet third quarter for White. He does make the first free throw. And White makes them both, but the deficit is still 15. We'll see if Golden State can hit something here at the buzzer. They get it to Bartolome inside. He lays a tough one up off the rebound. Backboard no good. And that is the end of the third quarter, and the deficit is 15. Let's take a look at the box score. And as we look at the box score at the end of the third quarter, as I mentioned, I've been drinking lots of root beer, so I am going to take a biology break as you all take a look at the box score here. Back in a flash for fourth quarter action. All right, we are back with the score 98-83 in favor of Golden State. And I wanted to look at those rebound totals. Indeed, it is 42-26 on the boards. And Golden State with 19 offensive rebounds. And that has been the deciding factor in this game. 19 offensive rebounds and a 54% night from the field goal perspective. Jeff Mullins leading the attack with 21 points. Cazzie Russell with 14. And a double-double for Nate Thurmond, 12 points and 12 rebounds. Clyde Lee, 7 points and 14 rebounds. And, of course, Joe Ellis with 15 off the bench and Ron Williams with 10 off the bench for the Warriors. For the Celtics, it's been all Havlicek and White, mostly Havlicek in that third quarter. He's got 34 points, 12 of 13 from the free throw line. 19 turnovers for the Celtics to 24 for Golden State. As we welcome Philip Reynolds to the chat room. And let's take a look and see if we've got the scoring by quarter for the players. If I recall correctly, White had 20 at the half. Actually, he had 16 at the half. He scored 17 at the half. Only 5 points in the third period for JoJo White, and 2 of those were on free throws in the final 5 seconds. So a very quiet third quarter for JoJo White. And Havlicek can't do it all by himself. He's got 34 points, but he is minus 16 on the plus minus. And he is going to need some help in this one if the Celtics are going to mount a comeback here in the fourth quarter. All right, I mentioned also that during the third quarter break, I was going to tell you about a new project that I am embarking on, and that is History Maker Golf. I got a hankering to do a golf game. Actually, to be honest, I rolled the dice. Whenever I can't decide on a new game, I finished my History Maker baseball tournament, wanted to get a new tabletop game, and couldn't decide what to do. So I rolled the dice, and it came up golf. And so I picked up my copy of History Maker Golf, and I am going to start on the 1980 golf season. Not going to play the full season, and I'm probably not going to do a lot of it on the channel because I'm still getting the hang of History Maker Golf. And I am, and there are plenty of people doing golf on their channels. So with all the good golf channels out there, Steve Tower, Ron Juckett does good golf. Dave Gardner's also starting to get into History Maker Golf, as well as the Tenacious Earl does very good golf broadcasts as well. But I did play a mini tournament last weekend with the 2000 Stars at Muirfield Village in Dublin, Ohio, just outside of Columbus, the course that Jack Nicklaus built. And using the 2000 Stars, it was a very entertaining tournament, and I have been dying to tell you about it. Started the weekend, the Sunday play with 8 golfers. Vijay Singh and Jim Furyk, Retief Goosen and Corey Pavin, Patty Harrington, Phil Mickelson, and the co-leaders coming into Sunday, Tiger Woods and the surprising Angel Cabrera, who got one of the outstanding golfer ratings in the third round. And it was Jim Furyk who took off on the front 9 and scored 7 birdies on the front 9 holes to come in with a 29. Vijay Singh scored a double bogey on hole number 2, and that put him out of contention onto the out-of-contention golfer chart, which unfortunately for him will hereafter be known as the Vijay Singh chart. So Vijay Singh was quickly out of contention, and the run by Furyk also put Goosen and Pavin out of contention, as well as Harrington. Harrington and Goosen both went out of contention on hole number 8, as Furyk scored a birdie on the very tough par 3 8th hole for Muirfield Village. And so by the time we got to the back 9, we were down to 5 golfers, and it was a blast. Furyk blasted into the lead, but struggled down the stretch. Tiger Woods was very steady on the front 9. finally getting a birdie on hole number 9. Actually, that was an eagle on hole number 9, an eagle 2, which propelled Tiger to a 34 on the front 9. Tiger turned in a 33 on the back 9 for a final round score of 67 to win the tournament by 1 stroke over the charging Jim Furyk. So History Maker Golf, if you were at all into golf, you got to check this game out. It is a blast. All right, so that is our update on activities around the tabletop here in the Dave Cave. We have a fourth quarter of action here with a 15-point ball game. Let's see if the Celtics can make something happen here in quarter number 4 and make this one a contest down the stretch. Excuse me. Still working that scratchy throat. Coming out for Boston, the Celtics control the tip. They've got White and Havlicek in the backcourt, and reserves across the front line with Sanders, Glover, and Finkel in the game. For Golden State, the only starter in the game is Jim Barnett, and he has moved over to the shooting guard position as Ron Williams runs the point. Bob Portman, Joe Ellis, and Bill Turner across the front line for the Warriors. And here we go with the Celtics in possession. It's Havlicek who wants it, but he is smothered by Barnett. They swing it back over to Sanders on the baseline working against Bob Portman. Sanders takes the jump shot, no good. Glover comes away with the offensive board. Let's see if Glover can get a putback. He's got a good look inside, but his shot is no good. Rolls around and off, and Portman cleans the glass for Golden State. As the Celtics come up empty in their first possession of the fourth quarter. Golden State takes their time, runs some offense. Ron Williams has it on top, working against Sanders. With 7 on the shot clock, Williams is going to pull the trigger. He couldn't get it off, and that's a shot clock violation. So still a 15-point deficit for the Celtics as they come back for their second possession of the third quarter. They'd like to try and get it down to 10. But they don't have anything going on the offensive end on the first rotation. They swing it around to Havlicek. Havlicek's going to take it inside. His finger roll from the lane is up and good.
Havlicek,
and that is 36 for Hondo with the assist from Sanders. The lead is 13. Can the Boston defense rise to the occasion? Golden State looks inside to Joe Ellis. He's been the hot hand here tonight on the low block coming off the bench. Ellis inside, runs into Glover, but Ellis is called for the offensive foul. Wave off the basket and give the possession back to Boston. Nice position defense there by Glover to draw the foul and get possession back for the Celtics. White sets up the offense. Takes the jump shot from the top of the key off the pass from Finkel. The shot spins out, and it is Bill Turner with the rebound for Golden State. Golden State brings it back with Williams. Looks on the perimeter to Portman. Portman with a couple of baskets already tonight. He pulls the trigger from the baseline. No, he double dribbled. Boston with the basketball, coming back, trailing by 13. White to Sanders. Sanders looks inside where Hank Finkel is available. Finkel in traffic, posts up against Turner. Short jump shot won't go down. And Turner pulls the rebound for Golden State. Warriors set the offense. The open man on the wing is Barnett. Barnett just pulls the trigger from outside. No, it's stolen away by Havlicek. And Boston regains possession. Both teams off to a slow start offensively in quarter number 4. Celtics still trail by 13, and they need points. Boston goes to Havlicek. Havlicek from the perimeter. The jump shot's good. Havlicek heating up here in the fourth when the Celtics need it most. The lead is 11 as Golden State comes back. How long will they leave their starters on the bench? Ron Williams pulls the trigger, calls his own number, and hits the jump shot.
From Turner.
How about that? Surprised by Williams there, and the lead is back up to 13. As we welcome Log Acta Live into the chat room for tonight's ball game. They get it down low to Finkel. Finkel doesn't have any options on the perimeter. He's going to be forced to take it himself. His shot's no good. What's going to happen on the rebound? It's Bill Turner taking it for Golden State. Gets it over to Williams. Williams drives, gets it to Ellis in the paint. Ellis lays up, no good. Off the front of the rim, and Ellis gets it back. Another offensive rebound for Golden State, and another possession as Ellis kicks it back out to Ron Williams to reset. Fresh 24 for the Warriors as Williams sets up the offense. And this time he loses control of it. It goes back across the half-court line, and that will be a turnover. So 3 minutes have gone by here in the fourth quarter, and Boston has managed to cut only 2 points off the big deficit. As Nelson comes back into the game, Finkel will take a break, and Glover will move down low, while JoJo White takes a rest. Celtics getting ready for the stretch run, as now Art Williams owns the offense. Williams looks to Havlicek. Havlicek now with Cazzie Russell on him. They swing it around to Nelson, back to Williams, back to Havlicek. Havlicek floats into the lane, lays it up and good. And Havlicek now has 40 points for the night. The lead is down to 11. Can the Celtics defense keep the momentum? They've got a mismatch down low with Ellis. Works over top the smaller Havlicek, but cannot get the shot to go. Ellis gets his own offensive rebound and swings it back out top for another 24-second clock, as the Warriors are content to burn some time here, resting most of their starters. Williams pulls his own trigger once again, and this time Don Nelson comes out with the rebound on the miss. Will the Celtics push the offense? Yes, they will. They've got Williams leading the break. Williams into the lane. His layup is no good, but he is knocked down on the play by Ron Williams for Golden State, and it will be Art Williams going to the line for 2 free throws and a chance to cut the lead to single digits. The first free throw for Williams is good, and it is now a 10-point ball game. Back comes some starters for Golden State. Jeff Mullins into the game. Clyde Lee back into the game. Nate Thurmond still resting. Kaburski into the game for Glover at the center position for Boston. Here's the second free throw for Williams. It's good, and the lead's been cut to 9. Plenty of time for Boston. Still 8.5 minutes to play, as the Warriors struggle to find the offense here in the fourth quarter. They're going to swing it around to Jeff Mullins, who's now back into the game. Mullins drives to the hole, runs into Art Williams. Mullins with the layup is good, and they call the foul on Williams. So Mullins gives the Warriors a spark. And he goes to the line to complete the 3-point lead and stretch the lead back to 12. Mullins leads the Warriors with 24 points. Back come the Celtics, trying again to get the lead back to 10. Rex Morgan now into the game, giving Havlicek a rest. JoJo White calls his own number from 15 feet.
White from
It's nothing but net. 24 now for JoJo. They need his offense with Havlicek on the bench. The lead's back to 10. Can Boston's defense respond? They've got Cazzie Russell on the baseline against Chaney. Chaney, a stellar defender. Russell looks to drop it down low to Joe Ellis. Ellis takes the inside pass and loses it out of bounds. And back come the 2 big guys for Golden State, Clyde Lee and Nate Thurmond back into the game. They dominated the glass the first 3 quarters, and they need to gird up their loins here in the fourth and keep Golden State out in front. Boston with the basketball, looking to cut into the double-digit deficit. Morgan has it on the wing, works it down inside. Tries to get it back out to White on the top of the key. His elbow jump shot is off the rim, no good. Bounces out of bounds. The basketball will go to Golden State, and just like that, here comes Havlicek back into the ball game. He is ready for the stretch run, as he was the NBA leader in minutes played during the 1971-72 season. Warriors have the ball on offense, still protecting a 10-point lead with under 8 minutes now to play in the game. Williams doesn't like the setup. Pulls it back out. Still 13 on the shot clock as Williams looks to find the open man. Nobody to pass to, so Williams pulls the trigger himself and nails another one. 14 for Ron Williams, providing very valuable backup minutes for the Warriors at the point guard position. Boston's going to go right back to Havlicek. Takes the pass from White. Clean pick and roll. Comes off the pick from Chaney. Cannot get the layup to go. Havlicek hits the ball, hits the ground hard. No foul called. Cowens takes the rebound. Cowens with the putback attempt. His left-handed hook shot is off the side of the rim, no good. And Clyde Lee takes the rebound for Golden State. It looks like the Warriors may hold off the charge as they come back on offense. White tips the pass away. Out of bounds, Golden State will retain possession. Cowan's largely ineffective, only 4 points, 2 rebounds as he goes back to the bench. And the Warriors set up the offense looking to stretch the lead again. They've got it in the hands of Mullins. He's their leading scorer. He tries to take it to the hoop, but he doesn't get the shot off in time, and that is a shot clock violation. Celtics playing a little offense-defense as quickly they bring Cowens back into the game. The offense is a mess. Art Williams pulls it back out to reset. They get it to Nelson on the perimeter. Working from the baseline, loses control. Puts up the medium-range jump shot and nails another one. And that is double digits for Nelson. Only the third Celtic to reach double figures as we are late into the fourth quarter. It's been all Havlicek and JoJo White and very little support from their supporting cast. Whereas Golden State has countered with a very balanced scoring attack. Thurmond's in the game. He's on the baseline. Cowens is all over him. Thurmond has no choice but to throw up the jump shot. It's no good. Havlicek takes the rebound, and he is fouled on the scrum by Thurmond. And yes, Lagacta, I am drinking A&W Diet Root Beer here myself tonight to try and keep the whistle wet and get through this 2-hour broadcast. We are already into our second hour of broadcasting. We're now at 2 hours, 3 minutes. Lots of storytelling. I hope this wasn't running too long for folks. I try to keep these around 2 hours. But I got carried away with the storytelling here tonight. As hopefully the stories have been more entertaining than the ball game. It's still a 10-point deficit for Boston. Don Nelson hits the free throw. The lead is now 9 as Nick Jones is running the point. And into the game for Golden State for the first time is Otis Allison. Allison has the ball down on the post against Cowens. He doesn't like that matchup. He's going to kick it back out to Nick Jones. Jones passes to Mullins, back to Jones. Shoots the jump shot off balance, no good. Rebounded by Chaney. Here comes Boston. Art Williams takes it into the front court. Gets it over to Havlicek. Havlicek is the guy in the clutch, but it's stolen by Jeff Mullins. Another fine defensive effort by Golden State to deny Havlicek. Now 6 minutes to play. The lead is 9. Jones tries to take it to the hole. It's kicked away and out of bounds by Cowens, but the Warriors will keep possession. More substitutions. Golden State has their two big guys, Clyde Lee and Nate Thurmond, back in the game. 15 on the shot clock as Nick Jones will inbound. They've got Russell outside. He's got JoJo White all over him. Nick Jones gets it over to Russell. Back to Jones. Jones is going to take it to the hole with 7 on the shot clock. Gets the pick from Clyde Lee. The short jump shot is up, no good. And the rebound is taken by Kaburski. Another possession for Boston. Chance to cut into the lead. They're going to look to pass the ball around. They get it to Cowens inside, working against Thurmond. Tough matchup for Cowens. He's had a rough night so far, but he gets that one to go.
Cowens.
Give the assist to JoJo White. The lead is now 7. The ball game is tightening up coming down the stretch. Jones at the top of the key. He walks with it. And they are going to need their starting point guard, Jim Barnett, back into the game. Here he comes. With 5 minutes and 13 seconds to play, the lead is 7, as Boston has scratched their way back from a 20-point deficit to come to within 7. And they're going to look to Havlicek to see if they can't cut further into the deficit. His jump shot is good, and the deficit is 5.
Havlicek from Cowens.
A circus shot by Havlicek. His 42nd point of the ball game, and it is 105-100 in favor of the Warriors. Barnett has it out on top, working against JoJo White. Barnett drives the lane. Throws a touch pass inside to Clyde Lee. His jump shot is around the rim, and it won't go in, but Lee taps it back up and good. 17 rebounds now for Clyde Lee, as the Warriors needed that one. Boston still hanging tough, 4:40 to play. Kaburski has it on the inside against Clyde Lee. Kicks it back out to JoJo White. White from the outside puts the fake in, drives the lane, lays it up and good.
White.
The lead is back to 5. 4.5 minutes to play now. Tension in the air here at the Oakland Arena, as Clyde Lee has it inside working against Kaburski. He kicks it back out to Barnett. Barnett with the outside jump shot is good. Foul line extension.
Jim Barnett.
He knocks it down. Barnett, not a prolific scorer, but he got that one when the Warriors needed it. The lead is back to 7. Havlicek working now against Nick Jones. Havlicek drives the lane. Collision with Jones. No call. Opposite way for the layup. Havlicek off balance, can't get it to fall. Kaburski breaks out of there with the rebound, and Havlicek is furious. Kaburski with the rebound is going to try for the putback. His short jump shot is no good. Cowens takes the rebound, but he is called for the loose ball foul. The struggles continue for Dave Cowens as he is called for his 5th. And it will be a one-shot foul for Nate Thurmond, who was in there boxing out against Cowens, and Cowens came over his back. Thurmond connects on the free throw. The lead is now 8. And the Celtics once again have possessions. Chaney has it inside, working against Otis Allison. He's going to try and dump it down to Cowens. Can't find Cowens. Chaney takes the shot himself, and he gets it to go.
Chaney from Nelson.
A rare basket for Don Chaney. And the lead is back to 6. Under 4 to play. Golden State running the offense. Barnett looking to do some work against JoJo White. Barnett takes it into the lane. Gets around White, gets to the glass. Lays it up, no good. Havlicek got into his path, and Havlicek committed the foul. He was late getting over, and they called the blocking foul on Havlicek. And it will be Jim Barnett shooting 2 for Golden State. The first shot for Barnett is good. Puts the lead back to 7. Barnett eyes the second one. Takes a deep breath. Dribbles the ball with his right hand. And puts the second one through. 9 points now for Barnett. The lead is back up to 8. Time running down on the Celtics. They look inside to Don Nelson. Nelson has Allison on the mismatch. Deep under the hoop. The layup is in and out. Nelson should have had that one. Barnett comes away with the rebound. And Golden State has a chance once again to push this to a double-digit lead. They've got it inside with Thurmond. Thurmond works down low against Cowens with the 5 fouls. Can't get anything done. He swings it over to Allison. Allison can't hit the short jump shot. Nelson with the rebound. That's a big miss for the Warriors. Nice defense by Cowens to deny Thurmond in spite of the 5 fouls. Havlicek brings it up. Havlicek is going to take it himself. 18-foot jump shot for Havlicek is no good off the back iron. Nelson tips it over to White, and White passes it back out to reset the offense. That's a big offensive rebound for JoJo White. What's Boston going to do now? They've got it inside to Chaney. Chaney kicks it back out to Havlicek. Oh, and Al Attles has been called for the technical foul. Oh my goodness, the Golden State coach, Al Attles, was called for the technical foul, and apparently he had that one coming. The home crowd is not happy with the refereeing crew over that call as Havlicek steps up to shoot the technical free throw at a big moment in this game. Havlicek, of course, hits that one, and Boston will get the basketball. 3 minutes to play. The lead is 7. Chaney to inbound. They've got JoJo White out top with the mismatch. As Clyde Lee followed him off the pick, White tries to get it back over to Chaney and threw it away. Costly turnover for Boston as Golden State now takes the ball under 3 minutes to play, still leading by 7. The game has tightened up considerably here in the fourth period, but it's still looking like it's going to take a miracle for Boston to get back into this one, as Golden State works it down to Nate Thurmond. Thurmond on the inside has got Cowens all over him, and Don Chaney reaches in and takes it away. The Celtics will run. They've got it 3-on-1. Chaney ahead to Cowens. Cowens blows the layup. And Jeff Mullins takes the rebound for Golden State. What a horrible night for Dave Cowens, as the Celtics needed that basket in the worst way. Jim Barnett brings it into the front court. Plenty of time. He's going to swing it around to Mullins on the perimeter. Mullins back over to Barnett. And with 5 on the shot clock, Barnett's going to take the shot. He can't get it to go. And Clyde Lee comes up with the offensive rebound and a fresh 24 for Golden State. Lee just passes it back out to the perimeter. They swing it around to Cazzie Russell with 24 on the shot clock. Russell gets it back out to Barnett. 14 on the shot clock, 2:02 on the game clock. Barnett works against JoJo White, brings it into the lane. Barnett from the paint, collision with White. Reverse layup is no good. But we've got a foul on the play, and that's going to go against White. 2 shots for Jim Barnett as we are under 2 minutes to play. And Barnett connects on the first free throw. The second free throw from Barnett is good. And the lead is back to 9. And that may be the nail in the coffin for Golden State as they try to put away a pesky Boston Celtics team, as Boston's in danger of falling to 0-3 on the season. Havlicek working on the switch against Cazzie Russell. Drives to the basket. Lays it up. No good. Tipped away on the attempt. And Nate Thurmond got him. Cowens cleans the glass. Cowens with the putback attempt. The left-handed hook shot won't go down. Another miss for Cowens. As Thurmond had the defense on that play. Great defense. Thurmond blocked Havlicek and then denied Cowens. Cheney gets the offensive rebound, kicks it out. Now Don Nelson gets loose inside. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good, and Boston can't throw it into the ocean. Another rebound for Clyde Lee. That is number 19. And up the floor comes Mullins for Golden State. Under a minute and a half to play, the lead is 9. As DJ John is in the arena. Welcome to Oakland, California, for the final 2 minutes of action between the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics. It's been an entertaining ball game. Golden State has dominated the boards, and Boston has struggled to score, allowing Golden State to open up a 20-point lead earlier in the second half. Boston cut it to as little as 5 here in the fourth quarter, but Golden State is on a run and looking to put this one away, leading by 9 with under a minute 20 to play. 6 on the shot clock as Cazzie Russell has it. He takes the outside jump shot. Can he get it to go? No, but he's bumped on the play by Cheney. And that will be a 2-shot foul for Cazzie Russell. Cazzie Russell misses the first. Second shot for Cazzie is good, and the lead is back to 10. Golden State up by 10 as the clock winds down. Boston continues to push the offense. They're going to pump it down inside to Nelson down low. He unloads from point-blank range. He gets that one to go finally.
Nelson.
14 for Nelson. The lead is 8, but we're coming up on 1 minute to play. And Golden State is content to work the ball around the perimeter and let the clock run. 16 on the shot clock, 58 on the game clock, and there's a foul called on JoJo White. As Barnett goes to the free throw line. He hits that one for his 12th point of the night. Now 6 Warriors in double figures. Barnett connects on the second, and it's now a 10-point game once again. Under a minute to play. Celtics work the ball down quickly. White rushing it up the court. Pumps it down in low to Don Cheney on the block. His short jump shot, no good. Not normally an offensive player. Cowens and Mullins battle for the rebound. Jeff Mullins brings it away for Golden State. As the fans come to their feet to cheer a fine, fine effort by their Warriors here in Oakland Arena tonight. Russell works it back over to Barnett. Barnett gets loose on the perimeter with the shot clock running down. He shoots for 15. It's good.
From Mullins.
Give the assist to Mullins. And the lead is now 12 with 38 seconds to play. White to Havlicek, back to White. White's going to call his own number. Takes the perimeter jump shot, no good. And the rebound this time goes to Clyde Lee, and that is his 20th. Rebound number 20 for Clyde Lee to go with 9 points. Barnett brings it up. He's going to look inside to Lee with the shot clock running down. Golden State still has to shoot before the game ends. Lee takes the shot over White. It rolls around the cylinder and off. Lee gets his own rebound and kicks it back out. And the Warriors are just going to let it, they're going to hold the ball now, getting it out to Mullins. And Mullins lets the clock wind down, and that is the end of the ball game. So Boston made a go of it there in the fourth, but they couldn't get closer than 5. As Golden State holds on for the 119-107 victory. Your player of the game tonight is Jeff Mullins, 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. along with Nate Thurmond, who puts up a double-double, 13 and 12. Clyde Lee with 9 points and 21 rebounds. Really deserves a lot of the credit for tonight's win, as the Warriors owned a 21 rebound advantage on the glass, including 25 offensive rebounds. And you're just not going to be able to win in this league giving up 25 offensive rebounds. So Golden State goes to 2-0 on the season. The Celtics fall to 0-3. Havlicek 15 for 33 from the field, 13 free throws for a 43-point night. A disastrous night for Dave Cowens in 26 minutes, 3 for 10 from the field. Did not make it to the foul line and managed only 4 rebounds to 12 for Nate Thurmond. So Nate Thurmond held his own and then some against Cowens, and it was Clyde Lee dominating the glass and the balanced scoring attack of the Warriors, as they have 6 men in double figures and finish at 51% from the field for the night. Excellent performance by Golden State. They win 119-107. The next broadcast of Epic Basketball League 1971-72 will be the Buffalo Braves visiting the Portland Trail Blazers, and so you'll get to take a look at the Rookie of the Year, the brilliant Sidney Wicks, for the Trail Blazers in Bronze Division action. We may put that up on the channel next Friday night. That remains to be seen, depending on how things are going at Galacticon. So, thank you to everybody who joined us here tonight in the chat room. Log Acta Live, our Red Sox fan, DJ John, very lively group in the chat tonight. Philip Reynolds, Clinton Parks was here, Steve Tower. Lobster Johnson made his appearance. Dave Gardner, Tribe Fan 879. All kinds of cool people hung out here tonight. Sports Time Machine, San Diego Jaws, and a cast of thousands. So thank you all for checking out the broadcast here tonight. This is Dave Little signing off from the Dave Cave. That's our stream, and I am out of here.